Okay. Whew. Oh, let's check all the time frames first. Okay, it could be a breakout. One sec. Okay, it's kind of gonna. So volume is positive. It breached this very important level. kind of had the drawback right here, taking a little bit more liquidity. So let's just see what the bubbles have to say. I would say this is still going to be a continuous long. Yeah. It's going to move a little bit slower because it doesn't look like exhaustion. It actually looks like just a continuous move. And it breached on the 5 and 15 minutes from the last, or this very big area of of just sideways movement. So now that breach, if it does move too quickly, this could just slowly go all the way up to 249. It's actually very, very positive for a bullish move. It came back down to this level. And then from there, took this in as liquidity. So it went down pretty much 10 points, got and ate up all the stuff. And then it moved right on top of here, and from here it kind of just started shooting. That right there already is 20 pips. Or 20 points, actually. Or just 80 pips. It either has to readjust this VWAP entire thing, and it did tap Bollinger Bands, so slowly it would take like partial profit here. But it did just reach to a new higher level, so that's why it's not that bad. It could continue. Other than Bollinger Bands, usually Bollinger Bands are kind of very supportive. This could be kind of like something like this, or it actually will be like that. And this move, if it breaches back through here, you could see it come back down to there. So 248601. It's got to react when something really happens. For now, it's pretty stable and strong, and the volume is so green. So euro got stronger too, making the dollar a little bit weaker, leading to the price actually increasing. Google, okay. Interesting. I mean, everything's looking extremely bullish right now. Okay, it's kind of a reversal right here. We could go for 3 pips. This just gains too much volume right now. This is actually not that bad of a trade. Slight technical difficulties. Okay, nice. That was way more than we thought. That's 10 pips. 13. They breached through blue line in that second. Yep. So perfect, like I said before. This time I didn't go for the locked number, where usually it's 3 to 5 points. And then it's just easier, so it always has to take profit. If it just goes down, just hits the mark, then you can go into more than one trade, which is actually way better because 14 points is way better than 5 points. But yeah, it's also a little tired. We would have just shot back up, but it's just kind of appropriate again. Kind of like a neck break right there, and then it just comes down. How many points it go down? It's a little bit more than 20. Wow. 26.5 points. Pretty much 2 minutes. And to be quite honest, it's usually not how I trade. I kind of go for multiple scalps. If I literally woke up 15 minutes ago, and then just this one trade per contract. If we took the entire thing right here, 14 points times 20 is 280. And this with multiple copy trading accounts. It's really insane. If you have 10 copy trading accounts and you just wait for this move one time and you somehow get it, that's already 2.8k in a day. And it could have gone all the way up to 4k. Hey. Cupcake. And the biggest thing too is just not over trading. Place like 1-2 good trades a day makes it way easier. Then if you have multiple accounts, you can either go for the around or the way of just going copy trading for negative R, which most people don't do. And you just go for smaller trades. Because if you're just thinking about the money aspect, like theoretically, this right here or this right here would already be $100. And the amount of times you can find that kind of trade with this kind of a risk to reward that doesn't completely destroy you, they could have placed a trade right here and you would have still made profit. Down here, this one wouldn't have worked. This was like a bottom. We could have gone out almost even. Actually, this wouldn't have worked if you got this completely wrong. This one would have been chiller. Bet on that high, of course, would have worked. In here, no way. We probably would have placed it here because it breached this, so that would have worked. Here again. Kind of going off these levels is always a good thing. If you would have gone the VWAP fight right here, after breach right there and it came back down, you would have made one more trade. But yeah, it's kind of just like finding some good reversal positions, and from there kind of upside. I probably just took in some liquidity because there is so much volume. Push back over the high that I already had, which happens so many times. And if you study the 5 seconds and 10 seconds, you can see it like a million times happen over and over and over again. Just shoots down for a second if the volume is very positive, otherwise opposite if it's going very negative. That just takes in a little bit more strength to get out of this range. Because the Bollinger Bands get increased, and then this again is kind of a push I wouldn't like as much. It's kind of too far up, so you could go for a small, yeah, like a small short, 5 pips again there. Yep. Could target this blue area. This might be a little bit too risky, but you never know. Let's just take in more liquidity. Might go back up. That's why these trades are kind of crazy. They do work for negative R, and sometimes it really can just shoot up like insanely. I even posted a video on it a few weeks ago with Microsoft or Google flying up 1.4% in the last 10 minutes of the market. Just absolutely shooting the NQ up so much higher too, like 0.25% or something like that. Which here we can see is like 50 points. That of course wasn't a great stop loss. What happens? And this move generally, if you just went into the long, that's more like a different type of trading. That's where you would have gotten from down here, good position, breached this area. And it could have made this like the stop loss area then. Once it fully re-breached, these two would have known to get out of the market. And you could have just made a small assumption like, okay, it's slowly pushing up, rejected, rejected, rejected. It's slowly getting the flow going. And then you can also draw on some lines, but Phew. Phew. I wonder if it's actually going to go over the 900 mark today. That's pretty insane. It did. That's why I recommend just putting in a take profit for small reversals. This one, it's already up 25 more points. And this is actually a very strong VWAP. So this is the real VWAP. This is the second standard deviation. Higher VWAP, and then you have the same thing here at the bottom. Which just always likes going back to this area because that's where the most buying power is and stuff. Most buying power, most volume, um, anchored. I don't know what P stands for. To tap the Bollinger Bands, that's where you can get your quick 5 points. It seems like it's going to take a little bit of liquidity in, and the next one's going to keep going higher. Four, three, two, one. I mean, that right there is a thing where you could have just taken 5 pips to the upward direction. I hate cupcake. 5 pips in and out. That would have been 10. Wow. Now into a small short. Hey. Oof, very strong line coming in. Actually, this is way more parabolical. Yeah. Another quick 4 pips. Yeah, this trade is a little bit too sketch. But if this is the high of the day, we stack some minis into it. You only got 10 more minutes left, so it's kind of like the push can keep continuing, and most likely will. We can try going for one quick short. I wouldn't recommend either too much. Just kind of at some point close the laptop. I still have a little bit more of a bias going short. I mean, 5 points we would have hit right there already. So that's why. I was holding it down here. Okay, I would have hit through. And in this range, I kind of do love trading ranges. 1, 2, 3, and 4 trades, and then this one kind of reach out of it, a little bit of stacking into it. A few minis. Comes back down. What is this low now? This is 15. Wow. It's a gorgeous trade. 20. And of course, during this trade, I lose or I leave a lot of money on the table. But it's not a losing trade. If you really think about that again was $100. I've been trading for 30, so 300 in the last 30 minutes is actually really good. Then you just go for a coffee trade last day. So there's 10 minutes in the market left. Slowly, it is still going to be good opportunities. But sometimes it's nice just ending if you had a good day on a good note. Otherwise, you can always go the opposite route and just try to make more in the last few minutes. Full port 1 for 5 pips. If you full port with 5 contracts, every 5 pips is $500. Always would never recommend that. Do we actually get the entire 30 here? 30. Nope. Yeah, even now I can see one more quick short to right here. But this is kind of strength right there. So yeah, I'll just let my hands off it for now. Solid, solid. Two nice scalps for the last 30 minutes. Could have made you, mostly depending on your contract size, let's just say one. First one was 20, and the second one was actually made it to the 30. So it's 50 pips times 200 or times 20. So that's $1,000. That would have been half or a third of the combine already done. 20 is 400, and yeah, 30 would be 600. What's going on, buddy? So very solid day. I think I'll leave it at that. Like contract sizing is hella important. Let's say you're not in the combine anymore. If those trades are all actually very, very safe. With 5 contracts, that's 250 points. Hey, what's wrong? So, yeah, that's probably pretty insane.